Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Monday Mindset, where you can start your week strong with education and inspiration for your sugar and flour free lifestyle. I'm Erin Hart, and today we are going to be tackling a topic that I know resonates with many of you. In fact, it was during one of our group coaching calls last week that brought this podcast topic to my mind. So today is really just all about how to stay on plan with a sugar and flour free lifestyle when your family doesn't eat the same way that you do. Can you relate? So, whether you're the one cooking for the family or you have a spouse who handles the meals, navigating family dynamics can be really tricky. But don't worry because I've got some strategies to help you to stay on track while maintaining peace at the dinner table with your family. And if you don't have kids or a partner, like don't tune out just yet because there's plenty here for you too. And for those of you who are here at the Facebook Live in my VIP group, welcome. So glad to have you live on the call with me. Remember, as I share these insights each week, feel free to drop your questions about your program this week in the comments. So we're going to have that Q&A session at the end of this call to answer any questions that you have about your program. Uh, so let's talk about understanding your role as a parent and a spouse, if that applies to you. So depending on how you've delegated your family responsibilities, you may be responsible for cooking and grocery shopping, as many of us women are, right? So let's get clear on what your role is and what it isn't. So your job, if you are the one in the family who cooks and grocery shops, right? If you've taken on that role, it's to provide healthy options and create opportunities for your family to eat well, right? But your job is not to force anyone to eat in a certain way. This is especially important when your family isn't on board with your sugar and flour free lifestyle. This is really good news for you. Okay. You can take the pressure off of yourself to transform the health of your entire family. If you are starting a sugar and flour free lifestyle so that you can lose weight for the last time, I invite you to focus on your transformation first. So you don't have to transform everyone at once. That can be way too overwhelming. But by prioritizing your self care and your dietary needs first, while it can feel selfish, I know, I promise you it's not. It's really the best gift that you can give to your family and to the world. When you prioritize your health, you are going to be able to show up with more energy for your family. And when you can show up well and whole, we're not drawing from that empty bucket. We have more to give. So as you start modeling healthy behavior, you're naturally going to become a role model in your family, and they will probably follow you eventually. But if they don't, that's okay. Again, remember your role. Your job is to provide healthy choices and healthy opportunities to eat as a family, right? And it's just their job to eat the food that you provide or not. And so it's all about respecting everyone's journey. So if you're responsible for cooking for your family, especially if you have a spouse or kids that don't like healthy food, here is what I suggest to help you to find a little bit more peace at your dinner table. So, first, create a variety. Offer a variety of foods that includes options that everyone likes. And this might mean preparing a protein that everyone enjoys and then offering healthy sides for yourself, like roasted veggies or a salad, maybe some fruit or a big bowl of starch for your family. And if your family isn't on board with the healthy options, they'll probably be able to find at least one thing there that they like, right? So having that variety can really help them help us to have more peace. And it's okay. Like they're just going to eat what they like. You don't have to stress. So don't stress about feeding your family perfectly. That's number two, right? There will be days when your life gets crazy and you might end up serving chicken nuggets and cereal for dinner while you go and have your healthy meal, right? I have days like that too when I'm really hungry and willpower depleted. And so I make myself a healthy dinner and I eat first before I invite the family to dinner. And then I feed them something that's not as healthy. And that's okay, right? The goal is to focus on your own transformation first. Try to put some fruit and veggies out for them, but if you don't need but if you but the thing is that you just don't need to stress about making everyone um, eat carrots and broccoli every night. Like, it's all about progress and not perfection. Thirdly, if you have small kids at home, you can expose your little kids to healthy food. So, for those of you that have young children, it's a little bit easier than with older kids or adults, right? Because little kids don't have much of a say. They kind of take it or leave it, right? So remember, the more that they're exposed to healthy foods, the more they'll grow to like them. And I hear that it takes like 15 exposures for kids to finally start to get a taste for that sort of food. And what I do in my family is I just encourage my kids to, if they don't want to try it, I just say, oh, you don't have to eat it, but why don't you just smell it, lick it, and taste it? And so they just smell it, lick it, and taste it. Um, and if they don't want to eat more, then that's fine, right? But that way we're just exposing them to those healthy foods without pressuring them to eat more than they want. So it helps them to develop a healthy relationship with food, and we don't want to push um, them to eat more than they want. So uh, it's important for kids to learn to listen to their natural hunger cues. We can help them to avoid all of the food issues that we have by teaching them that they don't have to finish their plate. And so after dinner, the kitchen like in my family, the way that we do it is after dinner, the kitchen's closed. I'm not going to be a shorter order cook for your family. Like, this is your food, this is your dinner, and if you don't want it, that's okay. Eat what you want. But yeah, we're not making a second meal for you. So now, what if your husband does all of the cooking and you want to stay sugar and flour free, and he doesn't eat sugar and flour free? So how can you make that work? So, in that situation, it's really important to communicate your needs clearly. And having an open and honest conversation with your husband about your health goals is so important. Explain why staying sugar and flour free is important to you, and ask for his support. Um, and be specific on how he can support you. Hopefully, he'll be supportive and help you to stay on your plan, but just remember, if not, you have self-responsibility. And and if it's not working for him to cook for you, then maybe you need to take control of the cooking and grocery shopping for yourself. But communicating your needs openly can also be a way for us to strengthen our relationships, and to address codependency. If there are issues that come up, that sometimes it can highlight some issues that we may need to address with our spouse. Um, it helps if we plan meals together. So if you have a spouse or a family or roommates or someone that you're living with and you eat together, plan meals together. So if possible, this can really help you to get everyone on board. So include dishes that align with your goals while still considering their preferences. And if they want tacos or spaghetti or things that have sugar and flour in them, you can make healthy versions of that for yourself. So have a taco salad for yourself, or a roasted vegetables or bean pasta for your marinara meat sauce while they have the other stuff, right? So you could have a lettuce wrap for your burger instead of the bun that they're eating. My kids and my husband sometimes like to have the healthier option that I'm making, and that makes it easier, right? So um, sometimes, like, it's neat to see how, they tend to want, like, my mom always said that, it always tastes better stolen, right? When you steal it off of someone's plate. So I love to show them my plate and just talk about, "Oh, this is so good, you should try it." Right? So it's a great way to get your family more on board and to try new things so that they can eat healthier too. But even if they are having food that has sugar and flour in it, you can create a different option um, for yourself. And it helps to have go-to ingredients on hand. Like if you have your kitchen stocked with sugar and flour-free ingredients that you can easily add to your meals, it makes it so much easier. So, for example, if your husband makes pasta, you could have spiralized zucchini on hand, right, to make a quick zoodle dish for yourself. So that meal prepping and planning ahead of time, getting everyone on board, plan meal planning together, it really can help you to make everyone happy and still be able to support your health goals. Remember to focus on what you can control. So you might not be able to control everything that's cooked, but you can control what you eat. So be mindful of portion sizes and choose to fill your plate with the healthiest options available. Keep your eyes on your own plate. Uh, so, for those of you who don't have families or kids at home, these principles still apply. Focus on your own transformation first. It's about creating a lifestyle that works for you and being okay with making different choices than the people around you. Even if you don't have to worry about feeding a family, you might still face those social pressures or those challenges when you're dining out with family or friends. So be okay with being different. Be okay with being different. Embrace it. It's natural to want to fit in and to avoid feeling different from those around you, especially at the dinner table. But being different in this context is a strength. Embrace the fact that you are taking control of your health and you're leading by example. It's okay to be the one who makes different choices, and it's okay if not everyone understands or agrees with your choices. I always love to say that it's good to be weird. Be weird. Normal in our society is obese, poor, and depressed. You don't want to be normal. So embrace being different and feel empowered to communicate your needs and your preferences. People don't care what you're eating as much as you think that they do. And if they do, that's more about them and it's not about you. So, what other people think of you is none of your business. What other people think of you is none of your business. If I'm going to eat at someone else's house, I'll usually bring a compliant salad to share with everyone just in case they don't have any healthy options. And don't expect people to have compliant food for you um, if you don't ask for it, right? So just remember to take your dreams into your own hands and don't leave your dreams to chance. There's always a way to stay on your plan. And usually, if you communicate your needs with your family and your friends and you ask for their support and you let them know why this is so important to you, hopefully they will be supportive. But if not, you still can stay on your plan. And that's a choice that you have to make. You have to go back to that deep reason why this is so important to you. Why is it important for you to live a sugar and flour free lifestyle? What is your why? Fall back on that and remember your vision of where you want to be in a year. It's those small exceptions and excuses that can really lead us to ultimately not achieving our goals. And so as you choose to stay on plan, even in the difficult situations when your family or your friends aren't, or that when they say something about it, right? You're building your new identity. So as we wrap up our Monday mindset today, I just want to validate that navigating a sugar and flour free lifestyle in a family setting, it isn't always easy, but I promise you it's absolutely doable with the right mindset and strategies and accountability. So this is a lifestyle and by practicing prioritizing your self-care right now, and being consistent, it will send the message to your family that this is who you are now. And it will help you to solidify that identity for yourself. As time goes on, it's going to become easier for your family and your friends to support you going forward as they see your consistency and your dedication. So my family and my friends, they don't even offer me food with sugar and flour in it anymore because I've said no thank you so many times. And they know that it's just who I am now. It's my identity. It's so much easier than it was in the beginning. I remember how weird it felt in the beginning to be different and to tell people I didn't eat sugar and flour when I was still 284 pounds, right? So, uh, when in the beginning, when people would try to push food on me and I didn't eat anymore, it was challenging. I remember, but hang in there. It gets easier, and eventually, they're gonna get the message, and they're gonna learn as you are consistent and you don't give in, that, they don't need to offer it to you anymore, and they'll be more accommodating. When I so just remember that you have the power to create the life that you want for yourself. Um, it helps you to build a new identity, to navigate these challenges and choose to stay on your plan. And the experience the transformation that I have been able to experience in my life has been so incredible, and I know that you can do it too. So focus on your own transformation first. Create a variety of food options. During the year of you don't have to change everyone's health and optimize everyone's health in the family. We're focusing on you first, and naturally, they're going to want to follow. So, create a variety of food options, communicate your needs clearly to your family, and whether you're cooking for your family or someone else's, remember that your health journey is your own, and it's okay to prioritize yourself. Don't put pressure on yourself to transform the whole family's diet this year. In my family, we gradually just bought less and less processed food and replaced it with healthier and healthier options and substitutions. So, over the course of the last few years, my kids and my spouse, they eat so much healthier than they did a few years ago. My kids and my family, they still eat sugar and flour. They don't have the same issues that I do with food. So I just keep my eyes on my own plate, and I've ditched the mom guilt when sometimes I feed them cereal for dinner, and I celebrate that they eat a lot more healthy real food than they did before, which is such a win. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this Monday Mindset. Don't forget, if you're here live on the call, drop your questions in the comments, and we're going to dive now into the Q&A session. So keep moving forward, everyone. Stay focused on your goals, and remember, you got this. So, how is everyone doing today? Good morning, Jane and Debbie. Hi, Jane. Great to see you guys. I love your comment, Debbie. What a concept. Prioritize yourself. Yeah, great job. You know, it is challenging, isn't it? But it is, I think, an important part of embracing this lifestyle is just learning to prioritize our own needs, and that's okay to put your needs first above that those of your family. They're smart, especially when you have older kids, um, or husbands or spouses at home. Like, they're adults, they're smart, they can feed themselves if they don't like what you're serving. So anyway, yeah, does anyone have any questions for today's Q&A session? Tell me really quick in the chat. I would love to hear your wins and your challenges that you're facing this week.